See, I'm only doing this video because I want to get a few things off my chest, right? You know, another thing that pushed me to make this video is the fact that here in Ireland, the weather is going to be -16 for the first time in a couple of years. Thank you, Koch brothers. Thank you, multi-billionaires, for letting this happen. I wouldn't be able to make all these snowmen without you lot. Thanks for all the CO2 emissions, lads. You really helped it, right? This world wouldn't be nothing without you. But jokes aside, of course, that was a joke. I would have made this into a Twitch stream, but our man needs his beauty nap or whatever. So, people like me, people on the left get a bad rap. Oh, you call everyone Nazis that disagrees with you. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it really does fucking feel like everyone's a fucking Nazi these days, right? Like for example, there's this channel called Sonny Faz, right? I think. Yeah, we'll look it up anyway, look. So there's this channel called Sonny Faz, and it's a typical reaction channel, more like reactionary, if we're going off this video we're gonna watch, right? I watched a bit of it, couldn't stomach it, so we have to fucking watch the rest of it together, right? As a team, this is a collective effort, and we'll shit on these people at once. Now hold on a second. Some of you are saying, you might be fans of this channel. Here it is, in all its glory. Hold on. There you are. Sonny Faz, right? Bonvenue. Like, here for example, here you go. Some of the old school Sonny Faz, right? Like, entitled and average. Mom reacts to Kevin Samuel's craziest takes. Mom reacts to Luke Belland's rant at the Tate House. Do white lives matter? Do white lives matter, boys? Let's be honest here with ourselves, right? Ooh, a Sneeko video, shit like that, right? The typical manosphere reactionary, and for those who don't know, it's like more right-leaning, kind of like socially conservative kind of takes. Like, oh, this thing that is commonly accepted, actually, this is different, and it was always this way, and now they're trying to change it into this new way, even though it doesn't really make a difference on our day-to-day lives, like as much as we pretend that it does. Yeah, shit like that, right? Some of the old school Sonny Faz, right? Like, entitled and average. Mom reacts to Kevin Samuel's craziest takes. Mom reacts to Luke Belland's rant at the Tate House. Do white lives matter? Do white lives matter, boys? Let's be honest here with ourselves, right? Ooh, a Sneeko video, shit like that, right? The typical manosphere reactionary, and for those who don't know, it's like more right-leaning, kind of like socially conservative kind of takes. Like, oh, this thing that is commonly accepted, actually, this is different, and it was always this way, and now they're trying to change it into this new way, even though it doesn't really make a difference on our day-to-day lives, like as much as we pretend that it does. Yeah, shit like that, right? And they recently made a video called, I'll tell you now, Mam reacts to Kanye West lately, ... It's like a suspenseful kind of thing, right? Now we'll watch it together, see what the crack's about, right? See if the crack is 90, or if it's dead crack. Get the fuck out of here. Every girl's minging. Let's go. Right, so we'll sit here and react, and I'll try not to have a wank to this fella's ma. That was so fuck. I'm so sorry for that. Right, let's go.
Agree.
What is this hood shit? Like the face.
That's his thing. He'll cover up.
Like, alright, jokes aside, in fairness, his ma oftentimes is based because this fella's opinions are often clouded by, modern day right wing political pundits. His ma's really old school. She obviously doesn't watch any of them. She's not a griper or a taped fucking fanner and like that. She's just a boomer ma, right? And he's like red pilling her, but he's just saying more extreme versions of the shit that she already believes in.
Face in a mask.
It's Kanye?
Yeah.
Sane people don't do that.
Well, he's not. He's definitely.
He's
like,
not sane. That's
like
the thing. He's fucking insane. Man, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, boys. Fella Kanye, this is the thing, boys. Fella Kanye is actually fucking insane, right? Like the shit he says. There's a thing called, dog whistles and stuff in the right wing political sphere. Is basically saying things without actually saying them. Kanye doesn't understand what a dog whistle is. He's so up and over his head that he thinks that he can say whatever the fuck he wants without any consequences. You've seen this with the Adidas debacle, right? It's like, he's like, Adidas isn't going to drop me. I bring in too much revenue. I can say whatever the fuck I want. And then they dropped his arse. And then he's like, he didn't get the memo, it's like, your man in fucking Far Cry, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same shit over and over again. He didn't understand, okay, maybe he needs to do some wee bit of code switching. No wee bit of code switching, just good old, like, no dog whistles, just good old fashioned Nazi white supremacist rhetoric, as a black man, of course. Nothing new, really. There's always been black Nazis, like Louis Farrakhan and stuff, but that's a whole other can
I'm
of
just a
worms that we
simple
can get
servant of God. I'm not a mathematician.
Oh, no, I hear you. You
Maybe I
said
should
white
turn on
lives
full
matter.
screen, see how good that is.
Because I think I'm going to put words in your mouth. You understood that they're trying to demonize white people to create a crisis and for us to fight with each other. I thought that was very true. I think all lives matter, but you went even stronger and said white lives
You know
matter.
what I'll do?
Criticized
You know
for
what I'll
that.
do?
You elaborate
I'll
on
pull a
that?
sneako and I'll move me over here. No, but then... Yeah. I don't know. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I thought that was my right. I felt that I
I'll
just
move me up here. I
exercised
see
rights
now.
that are only given to whites. A white person can wear a T-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, but for a black person to wear a T-shirt that says White Lives Matter, that somehow makes me racist. So I love just going up and saying, "Hey, what do you think about this? What about that?" And if we
Because Kanye, I know you probably don't understand. I know you're like either too stupid or too insane. Let's be honest. It's probably both. White Lives Matter is a slogan that was created by the KKK. Right? I can look it up for you right now. In fact, it was created by David Duke. I'd say probably around the 90s. Right? Look, I'll look it up. Right? White Lives Matter. Slogan, David Duke, and there'll be a billion, gazillion articles written about it. Why does it say White Lives Logan? Fuck off. Or no, in fact, I can look it up with you. Great idea. So, come here. White Lives Matter, David Duke slogan. So David Duke, in his own words, as a Grand Wizard of the Knights of the KKK in the 1970s, right. I need to put it in like quotation marks, but I think there was like a poster or something in like a really racist town where it said like White Lives Matter, or whatever, and it was connected to our man David, but no. Look, there we go. Well, I'll read it for you. Oh, it wasn't David Duke, right? I understand now. White Lives Matter. White Lives Matter is a phrase that began in 2015. 2015, yeah, it doesn't make sense because Black Lives Matter didn't exist in the 90s. So it came about in 2015 as a response to Black Lives Matter social justice movement. It seeks to address racism against white people. We're using air quotes here, because racism against white people isn't such an epidemic that it, like, endangers white people. Obviously I don't believe that you can't be racist to white people. That's obviously also dumb. On an individual level, you could be racist to fucking anyone. You could be racist to Asians, natives, indigenous people, whoever the fuck, right? Don't even really matter. The Aryan Resistance Society, a white supremacist organization, was one group that initially promoted the phrase White Lives Matter. So there we go. Are these groups really trying to end racism against white people, or are they the ones stoking racism, like provoking black people? You know what I mean? So that they can start a race war. Never worked though, to be honest with you.
If we don't use our consciousness, they're trying to beat us into our consciousness and make us ignorant. They want
Right.
to dumb us down.
He's not.
And
He's not wrong in this. Like, I agree. They are trying to dumb us down. They are trying to control us. And I think in the White Lives Matter instance of him and Candace Owens wearing that T-shirt together, I think it was fantastic, and I think it was so provocative.
Provocative? It's literally a fucking KKK slogan, right? It's a fucking Aryan resistance movement slogan. For fuck's sake, woman. Provocative, me fucking hole. What's so provocative about it? It'd be provocative if people actually thought white lives didn't matter. You know what the full version... Here. Face to face, right? Vis-a-vis. You know what the full version of Black Lives Matter is? It's not Black Lives Matter more than everyone else's lives matter. Or Black Lives Matter more than fucking white people's lives. No. Or Black Lives Matter, I don't know, fucking whatever you think it means, it doesn't mean that. Black Lives Matter is short for Black Lives Matter as much as anyone else's lives matter. That's it. Not a punchy slogan, that is. Wouldn't see people waving signs like that. Wouldn't be able to scream it out loud, posting a hashtag Black Lives Matter as much as everyone else's lives matter, and you know they should be respected. That's too long. So they shorten it down to Black Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. What's that mean? You could say it means the same thing. White lives matter as much as everyone else's lives matter. But that's the thing, society doesn't treat white people as people whose lives don't matter. They treat them as people who created a system, whose ancestors created a system where certain people's lives don't matter. And hence, you need to highlight black people because they've always been the bottom of the barrel. White people have always been at the top. You lot have always been at the fucking top. You're at the forefront. You're the ones with the white picket fence, living the American dream. Some of you upper middle class, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Most of the guards are black. You know, the cops and shit. Like, you know, imagine you're black. Imagine all the cops are white, and you know you've this preconceived notion that they're all racist because let's be honest, a lot of them are. Some people that go into the cops because they're ex-military. They got discharged from the army for like calling their black crewmate a baboon, and like trying to feed him a banana or something. Like, you know, saying ooh jigaboo jigaboo or something. Like, you know, they get booted his arse out with a fucking. Yeah, I would have got banned 3 times on Twitch if I said that. Booted his arse out with there. Fucking yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
You know, and there was no hatred in it, no nothing, and they'll attribute hatred.
Oh yeah, there's no hatred in it at all. There's no hatred in the slogan that was coined by a white supremacist group. None at all. None at all. See, this is what a lack of education does to a motherfucker. In the strictest sense, right? Like, Americans are known for being stupid, and it's kind of a joke. It's kind of a stereotype, but you know, it's pretty fucking dangerous. It's pretty fucking sad when that stereotype manifests in real life. You know, it's kind of scary, in fact. You know.
To it, so he's right, and some of the things he does, I'm so hate all Jews, and we talk about this all.
Yeah, she's right. You know, really, we'd only have to kill some of the Jews, right? You know, like, what's that even mean? That doesn't mean we should kill all Jews. What? DEFCON 3 on the Jews? Nah. We just have to kill some of the Jews, you know, like the rich ones that are in power, like, you know, the Rothschilds, Mark Zuckerberg, you know, let's completely ignore, you know, all of these other billionaires that are in power who are white, you know, like the Koch brothers, again, like I said, you know, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, when he was alive anyway, you know, people like that, Warren Buffett. Let's just ignore that they exist. Let's focus on the Rothschilds, right? And it gets into that whole like TikTok conspiracy territory, California Dreaming playing in the background while Ted Kaczynski's fucking quote plays on screen. All of that brain dead bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, what you mean by that, though?
All the time with the Islams, with the Muslims in the Islam community, like how we were always taught that, Muslims, or the only thing we knew about Muslims was that, they were terrorists, and learning more that, over a quarter of the earth's population is Muslim. These people are not all terrorists. It's just fanatics who are terrorists who happen to be Muslim. And if these people the Jewish people that I know in Hollywood personally, these are not monsters. They're freaking nice people. They're regular people that happen to be really good at the business that they're in. Mm-hmm. And it bothers me. And I'm sure there are evil ones that I don't know. There are evil people in every industry and at every level, from the top of the food chain down to bums in the street. Mm-hmm. So it's frustrating when he's really bothering me with that, and he's bothering everybody.
Oh yeah, but he's not bothering you with like the plethora of other shite that he said. No. He's only bothering you with the stuff about the Jews, like the really, really extreme shit. So for this woman, you have to literally be Hitler for you to be bad, right? If you're anything less than Hitler, you're okay. I believe it's provocative, right? But as soon as you say the word Jews and bad in the same sentence, well, then it's bad. Then I don't support it. Come on, ma. Setting a good example to your son. I wonder where he gets all his fucking from, you know what I mean?
And
have you listened to Kanye's music before?
No, just that one song, Gold Digger, that we were talking about. I like that song a lot.
Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I don't listen to Kanye. I may have listened to Kanye songs and not even known that it was Kanye.
He made graduation.
And now my video is getting fucking demonetized. Great. Just for that little snippet of the song, as if I had any ads on it in the first place. Anyway.
Graduation. He made graduation, so it's all good. All right, let's just keep going.
I'm probably the lowest IQ here of anyone speaking.
No truer words have been spoken. Ever.
And I'm saying, say out loud what we feel. We would no longer be ran by the idea of fake influence and celebrities.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you.
No, hold on, Alex, don't interrupt me. I denounce every celebrity. I denounce every celebrity I ever stood next to. God bless you. And you know, that's the Christian word of what I really want to say. Any celebrity, only celebrity that I rock with is Ray J. Literally. Every one of y'all others, y'all all soft, come see me when y'all want to see me. Every fake gangster, so-called killer, any basketball player, any rapper, any actress, any musician, any model, any editor, come see me. Come see God's child right now. Please. I want it. I want to see my mama. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch in Jesus' name.
What is he talking
You're not
about?
Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see.
Don't say it, Kanye. Don't say it. Don't say it, please.
I see good things about Hitler also.
Oh, no,
Every human
no.
being has something of value
Fuck.
that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one?
I
They
know
want to
this.
separate and confuse the Christian.
Yeah. How about that one, Alex Jones? Yeah, I know you're all big on these conspiracy theories, but how about actually praising the manifestation of all fucking evil on this earth? How about that, Alex? Beat that. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past Alex to actually beat it. You know, all for the grift, all for the money, like, you know what I mean? But the fact that he got on to, like, laugh kind of, like, squeamishly is a bit concerning, you know. It puts Kanye up on this fucking whole, like, as if he's, like, this new fella on the block, you know what I mean? And since he's black, you can't touch him. Well, that's what these conservatives think anyway, but as we all know, with him being cancelled, of course you fucking can, you know. Proven conservative rhetoric wrong again, like, you know.
And make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because
What the fuck are they shiting? What the fuck are they shiting on about? This is honestly like, you know, when you've like dialogue in your dream, right? Like when you're dreaming and then like you'd be talking to another person or whatever the fuck. That's what it feels like. You're just saying like random words. Like it's just there's no like coherent thought in that entire like podcast room. It's just like a bunch of words strung together on a shish kebab, like, you know. That's literally all that is, like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of funny. I won't like. At least it might be dangerous rhetoric for democracy, given that so many people are behind this fella. But it is a bit funny, you have to say.
Because Jesus can save everyone. You know, you put on the whole armor of God, and they will not be able to break your spirit.
Okay, so I played those clips in its entirety because I realized.
Oh, it's a reaction? God
The
damn
Armor
it.
of
Oh, wait,
God.
no, it's not.
No, there's more to it.
Never seen that
I
one
like
in
what he just
fucking-
said there, and I say that, and I believe that all people have good things in them.
No, it's weird that you can't say that.
What the fuck? Play that back. Play that back.
Believe that all people have good things in them.
No, it's weird that you can't say that because it's obviously. I mean, it sounds like insane to say, and it's probably something you shouldn't even talk like that you're not supposed to talk about on the internet. But like, obviously, like those evil people did like some good things. Like Hitler saved dogs, like you said.
He loved dogs. He was a vegetarian because he loved animals, and so he didn't eat animals.
But he killed Jews. Like that's weird.
But he was a sick son of a bitch. Also, you know.
Why even bring that up as a point? Like, the fact that they even brought that up as a point. Look, you're not supposed... The Jews don't want you... Oh, sorry, not the Jews. No, the leftists, I mean. They don't want you to talk about these things. Why do you think that is, mate? Why do you think they don't want you to talk about the murder of 6 million people and how some people deny it and praise the fella who did it? Why do you think people don't want you talking about that? Maybe it has nothing to do with the fact that there is a kebab. But look, maybe I'm misinterpreting. Why did they even fucking bring it up? Of course bad people do good things. Why do you have to bring that up? Do you think people disagree with you? Like, I just don't understand. I have no words. Like, the reason I'm not saying anything, the reason why I'm stuck on this point is because I don't know what else to fucking say. Yeah, literally.
Who tortured and killed people and used them for medical experiments. And
That's wild.
Those medical experiments
Sure,
did
that's
yield
wild, bro.
some, I guess good
Yo, that's
revelations,
crazy,
but
dude.
I'd rather have gone without them.
But, like,
I'd
if
rather
you-
go
Let's get on
without
to
the
Kanye talking about conservative stuff. Best black man, ooh.
medical discoveries and not torture people. But people are complex.
If I listen to Kanye there, though, I don't see him as like promoting being a Nazi. He's promoting like love everyone, not like, you know, he's just.
Yeah, love everyone, including Hitler. Armor of God, was it? Because Jesus forgave people. That means you should forgive Hitler. You realize, right, that's not what he means, right? How would I know what the fuck he means? Well, because no one just goes around saying, you should love everyone, you know, hippie shit, like, you know what I mean? When they say Hitler specifically, they're trying to push a fucking agenda. Because Hitler specifically did things, the effects of which are still felt today. Jewish generational trauma. The generational trauma of, the Roma people, my ancestors, Slavs. And he's just like, no, they use good people to kind of brush all of that under the rug. Especially to shit on Jews. Because why, if Kanye really thinks that everyone's a good person, why does he want to go DEFCON 3, as he says, on the Jews? If everyone's such a good person, why does he want to fucking, kill Democrats and leftists and degenerates and stuff? It doesn't make any sense. Why is he against trans people? Why does he want to genocide them potentially? Beats me, right? I'll be honest with you. No, but love Hitler, lads. But these people that, like, want to be, like, another gender, they aren't hurting anyone, like Hitler did. Fuck them. No, don't love them. They hate you. And you should hate them, as one famous quote goes from, George Lincoln Suckwell, you know, you can't. What was the quote? Love has it was. I'm not gonna look it up because I'm not gonna waste my time on this, waste the space. But he basically said that there's no such thing as love without having a severe hatred. For the things that put that which you love in danger. And apart from that, love just becomes this hippie fucking phrase, and that applies here. What the fuck are they talking about? Seriously, they're spewing wild fucking gobshite. Like, come on, mate, for real, cop on, will you? Everyone had something good about. Cop the fuck on, will you?
Really promoting love everyone, and he's taking it to like the extreme that nobody else does, and then that's why he gets called really
Right, but what is with
Oh yeah, he takes loving everyone to such an extreme. He's gonna go deaf country on the Jews, and being trans is an agenda, and all trans people are evil degenerates. Yeah, but Hitler's a good person. He did good things.
the swastika that he put up on Twitter last week?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, what? That's where I struggle, because I look at Kanye and I'm like, he is talking.
Oh look, another symbol that was created by the Nazis. Oh my fucking god, Jesus.
Like a man of God, like a man who follows Jesus. And when he is saying, yes, sit with your enemies, talk to everybody, get in the conversation, look for the good in.
Yeah, but then he doesn't want to look for the good in the Jews and goes deaf country and wants to go deaf country on the Jews. And then talk shit about that fucking... Who's that fella? Chris Pattinson. I don't know who the fuck his name is. Your man that goes out with Kim Kardashian. Your man who's fucking clapping Kim Kardashian's cheeks, man. Kanye isn't too fond of him. He doesn't want to sit with his enemies when it comes to people that are actually enemies in his head. He's just, and dare I say it, virtue signaling on behalf of these fucking insane conspiracy theory nuts, right? By saying Hitler's a great fucking fella. That's just an excuse. He's not trying to love everyone. He clearly doesn't through his fucking rhetoric. Like, he's being a hypocrite, and most of that is because he's insane and he's being puppeted by these fucking neo-Nazis like Nick Fuentes. Like, they have a hand up his arse and they make him say anything that they want him to say because he's black and they think he can say it, and they're white and they can't, It's this whole game.
In a human being, because that's what Jesus did, and that's what he taught us to do.
yeah, no, I thought the same
Not just
thing.
demonize somebody and cancel them for the one mistake they made.
I thought the same thing about the swastika, because like obviously I know it used to mean a sign of peace, but my take on the swastika was similar to like the Confederate flag one. So like the people who wear the Confederate flag and shit, and they're like, this is my heritage, and I'm like, but I feel like the connotation with the Confederate flag is.
Okay, now that was based. You wouldn't expect this fella to say some shit like that. I'm sorry for assuming things about you, Sonny Faz. Is that your name? That was pretty fucking based.
Is slavery. So even if it meant something else before, what everyone thinks of when they see it is slavery. So that's how I felt with the Kanye thing. I was like, I know it used to mean a sign of peace, but then it became so massively adopted as like the Nazi symbol that I think that was kind of weird. But I see what he was doing, but I don't know.
What was he doing? Because it helped me to understand, because I haven't been able to wrap my head around it or even imagine what he might have been trying to accomplish. And even Elon Musk, who I generally...
Lady, you're phrasing it all wrong. It's not about what he was trying to accomplish, right? It was about what people like Nick Fuentes and other neo-Nazi shitheads are trying to accomplish for themselves. Using him, putting a hand up his arse, puppeting him around and telling them to say whatever the fuck. Oh, the Jews are bad, the Jews. Oh, you hate the Jews, Kanye? Yes, I hate the Jews, yeah. And just, you know, to push their agenda because, you know, they're why they think the world demonizes them. So they need a rich, influential black man to say things on their behalf. You know, it kind of proves that white privilege is a thing, really, because he's like almost like the second richest black man, right? And he's out here getting puppeted by absolute nobodies. Meanwhile, some of the richest white men are tucked away somewhere on an island. You can't talk to them. You can't fucking interact with them or give them interviews or anything. They're too busy shagging fucking minors on an island. Yeah, so that's another thing, right?
I agree with him again on that situation. Like, no, buddy, no, you're not having that. Like, if somebody came into my house and sat at my kitchen table
and had a swastika, it was like, it's a sign of peace, you'd be like,
and
no.
Started, you know, fucking slapping swastika stickers on all my guests, I'd be like, listen, pal,
no,
get that shit out of here, or you're getting the hell out of here. One or the other, or both.
No, yeah.
Right. So anyway, go ahead. Explain it to me because I need to understand.
I mean, I think we could just keep watching and maybe see more of his takes, but I think he was just posting it as the sign of peace, even though that's not what like the map.
Problem with this fella is that he tries to take Kanye way too seriously, and you can't do it with him. Kanye's a clown. He's a hypocrite, and he's all of these things. You just can't take the man seriously. Can't take him on his word. Not real manners. You know, some manosphere people would say. You have to be a man of your word. You have to always be honest. Kanye isn't.
Did you hear or read anything?
Well, he kept saying like he kept talking about peace and loving everyone. So what else would he be talking about? He's not saying that to kill all Jews.
But he a week or two before that had posted some sort of
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna go ape shit or some. It wasn't that word, but basically I'm gonna go ape shit on these Jews. Like, you know what? And then you post swastika, knowing fully well the swastika has even, I think,
See, now she's starting to get it, right? So it's not about loving all people. It's just about praising Hitler because he wants to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. Great, ma. You finally fucking got it. Great. Now I hope your little fucking son gets it as well. Because I like him. He seems like a sound chap, but he's just really fucking stupid. Combined with, like, all these fucking people, like, ripping his scalp open, shitting inside his head. Just, you know... Fix him up, right? Like, he's trying to red pill you. Red pill him. How about that? Because, unironically, her position is more progressive than his. All the time. I see it all the time, right?
Even stronger in your face connotation for what it means than the Confederate flag, because the Confederate flag, I can at least look at it and say there was an entire culture, Southern culture around that wasn't all about slavery, like where the swastika was completely all the people, 20 million people that died in that war for what?
Keep going, G.
Not even really entire Southern culture, like what, Dukes of Hazzard or something, like, you know, they had no fucking clue what the flag meant. Sounds like their problem. The education systems, I fought for that. And plus they also put up the statues and all the flags in like predominantly black areas to scare them off, which is why leftists are advocating for tearing these statues down, as they should. Progressives, I mean, sorry, not leftists. I always get confused with those, with that terminology, but sure, look, you know yourself.
God, I'm getting bent tonight.
On the platform, because I don't agree with someone that doesn't believe in Christ saying, you're cool, not you. And this is my friend, right? This is my boy, but we can agree to disagree, right? But it's still his platform. It's up to him. But also, I'm not a person that's going to say, hey, I agree with everything. There's things that I said today that you guys don't agree with because you're not in the same place or in the same position in your walk that I'm at. I'm in a position where I love the person the doctor that had plastic surgery on my mom. I always have been in a way where I can't hate.
Huh. Interesting stuff, for sure.
Well, listen, a lot of our videos we're talking.
Like, this is just neither here nor there. Like, let's be honest, lads, right?
About Christianity and Islam and religion, and I think that for me anyway, like a lot of what I do now, it kind of goes through that filter. So to just touch on that, reiterate again and finalize with like looking at Kanye and what he's going through on his journey as a human being, I think we can marketing help with his messaging.
Well, he made graduation, so
Whatever that means.
Guess I'm hurt and I don't.
And,
Yeah.
and understanding. I
Yeah.
don't think he's all bad.
Yeah, so I've seen it, you heard it. Or it's the other way around, fuck it, who cares? These lot aren't, obviously, like many of the people, many of the patients, many of Dr. Sheep's patients aren't, you know, the brightest lights on the motorway, as I like to say, right? Obviously, you know, they're victims of propaganda. They haven't had the education, the right knowledge, you know, taught to them about, you know, all of this kind of stuff, like, you know what I mean? All of the historical context for certain slogans like White Lives Matter and how it's different from Black Lives Matter. It's actually counter to it, which makes it racist, you know, stuff like that. So it really isn't their fault. But what is their fault is the fact that they know that they probably know that they aren't as educated, and they think they're learning with these fucking retards who are putting the shit up like Kanye, right? And Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones and Andrew Tate. But what they're doing is spreading their retarded, shitty message, like, through them into their followers who might have not even seen those people's content, right? Which is bad, and they should take in my opinion, they take the blame for it. They have to. It's their fault that this is happening to, like, younger people, that they get, like, wrapped into all of this. But anyway, I don't really fucking care. I just wanted to point out how they, like, completely, they try so hard to defend Kanye when he's so indefensible. And it's so fucking stupid. And I think if you're actually a smart person, you probably have a laugh. But other than that, right, stay tuned. I'll probably have, like, a video for you tomorrow as well. Usually, you know, my upload schedule is a bit schedule? It's a bit like, you know, it's a bit shite. Put you this way. But sure, look. See you, boys. Good luck.